Agriculture scientists of the SAARC member nations are attending a conference in Kathmandu to address the impact of climate change on agriculture sector of the region. Also in this edition of Kantipur News, we have updates about the report furnished by the commission formed to address the plight of the victims of loan sharks, fatal distemper disease in dogs and the Nepal Super League. Good evening, I am Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Dispute related to age limit, a perennial issue in Nepal Army. Those in line to become Chief of Army Staff compelled to leave office. Experts call for investigation into certificates. Parliamentarians ignoring the meetings of thematic committees, poor attendance of senior leaders of parties. Significant bills remain stranded. Printing of driving license stranded for the past 6 months. 1.5 million applicants driving their vehicles with a simple receipt. Federal government points towards province governments. And Nepal crash out from the group stage of ACC Under-19 Asia Cup after a 10-wicket defeat against India. Pakistan and India move to semis from Group A. Nepal Army is considered an important institution for national security. As it is the second largest contributor for world peace, Nepal Army has a good and positive international image as well. However, the institution is drawn into regular controversies because of age and academic qualifications of its officials. This has compelled the officials in line to become the Chief of Army Staff to retire before the expiry of their term. Last year, Major General Prem Shahi had received his letter for retirement because of the mandatory age criteria. 15 days before his retirement, Shahi moved the Supreme Court saying he was yet to cross the age limit. The court also issued an order to halt his retirement. However, the Army headquarters stated that Shahi was issued a retirement letter on the basis of the date of birth stated in his character certificate of the SLC, which was before of his date of birth mentioned in his citizenship certificate. The Army then arrested Shahi in allegations of financial irregularities and took actions against him. With not even a year gone by, age of 2 Army officials who are in line to become the Chief of Army Staff has been drawn into controversy. Major General Taradhwaj Pandey, who is in line to become the Chief of Army Staff next year, was recommended for a promotion. But the Army headquarters initiated an investigation after questions were raised regarding his age as well. Pandey had then furnished his resignation. Following Pandey's exit, another Major General, Ashok Sigdel, is being promoted to Lieutenant General. However, a complaint has been filed against Sigdel for different date of births in his academic certificates and the citizenship. This development has added pressure for investigating Sigdel. Disputes have also surfaced as date of births were not mentioned in old citizenship certificates. Contrasting date of births in the citizenship and the academic certificates often create controversies. In addition to Nepal Army, such issues also surface in Nepal Police and Civil Service. Prior to this, Brigadier Generals Shailendra Samshar Thapa, Krishna Gurung Ganesh Karki, Him Khatri, Gyanendra Jangrahemaji and Lieutenant Colonel Prabhu Krishna Khadka had resigned because of age-related disputes. Former Defence Minister has called for investigation of all academic certificates and citizenships as such issues have been prevalent in Nepal Army. The need for an efficient operation mechanism has surfaced to further strengthen the Nepal Army, which has so far remained free from political intervention. Certain trainings and academic qualifications are required to reach a specific position in Army. With these aspects, academic certificates and the date of birth are also important. While individuals themselves must be responsible regarding their personal documents, Nepal Army must reach a conclusion on the age of its officials before they reach a certain high rank or retirement age. The institution, which is the most significant for national security, can only gain more trust if it can maintain internal transparency. The parliamentary committees are known as mini parliaments as they carry out discussions during law formulations and keep a close watch on all 3 tiers of the government. However, many committee members have stopped attending discussion sessions in recent time, riding on the recent arrangements made under the House of Representatives regulations. This mostly includes chairpersons of parliamentary parties and top brass leaders. As a result, many sessions have been adjourned and law formulation delayed due to inadequate quorum. Earlier, parliamentarians had to inform the committee chair if they had failed to attend up to 5 sessions and inform the speaker for more than 5 sessions. Failure to do so would give the speaker the right to suspend the lawmaker. However, this provision was removed last year. Since their formation, the Industry and Commerce and Labour and Consumers Committee have called for 30 meetings. Nepali Congress Joint General Secretary Kishore Singh Rathod has not attended a single session, while CPN-UML's Raghuveer Mahaset has attended just 2 meetings. Likewise, CPN-UML chair has only attended one of the 11 sessions called by the International Relations Committee. Congress's Shekhar Koirala has attended 2, and Narayan Khatka and Loktantrik Samajwadi Party's chair Mahanta Thakur 3 times each. Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Dewa has attended just 5 of the 25 meetings called by the Law, Justice and Human Rights Committee, as Shashank Koirala has attended 4. Likewise, of the 30 sessions so far of the State Affairs and Good Governance Committee, Janata Samajwadi Chair Upendra Yadav has attended just 1 session, while Congress Secretary General duo Gagan Kumar Thapa and Vishwa Prakash Sharma 3 each. Jana Morcha's Chitra Bahadur Kesi and Rashtriya Swatantra Party's chair Ravi Lamichhane have barely attended 10 meetings. 7 members of the Women's Committee have attended less than 10 of the 31 meetings so far. The meetings of the Law, Justice and Human Rights Committee, Industry, International Relations, among others, have not been held due to lack of quorum. As a result, laws related to transitional justice have yet to be dwelt on. In this scenario, it is highly likely that the upcoming session of the House of Representatives will not have any business. It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Before we ask today's question, let us take a look at the result from yesterday's poll. Yesterday we were asked, what should be done to put an end to irregularities in foreign employment? 58% were for A, implement law, 16% were for B, regular monitoring, and 26% were for C, awareness among workers. And here is our today's question. What do you term the absence of parliamentarians at the thematic committees? Your options are A, not realizing their responsibility, B, disrespecting the parliament, and C, busy schedule. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. The Probe Commission that had been formed to address the problems of loan sharking has furnished its report to the government today. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Home Affairs Narayan Shrestha, while receiving the report, said that cases must be filed against loan sharks that have not reached an agreement with the victims. Chief of the Commission Gauri Bahadur Karki had submitted the report to Prime Minister Pushpa Dahal at his official residence in Balotar earlier today. The Commission has suggested to amend laws to hand over the responsibility of addressing complaints related to loan sharking to the Chief District Officers. Prime Minister Dahal had handed over the report prepared by the Commission to Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Home Affairs Shrestha. Home Minister Shrestha had questioned the officials of the Commission regarding why a recommendation was not suggested to file cases against the loan sharks failing to reach an agreement with the victims. In response, Chairperson of the Commission, Karki, stated that cases could not be directly filed against them. Meanwhile, the victims have complained of lack of action against the loan sharks. The Commission has further suggested to set up a desk under the Ministry of Home Affairs to monitor the progress on complaints against loan sharks. Only 5,000 out of 28,000 complaints filed at the Commission have been settled so far. 21,000 cases had been filed from 8 districts of Madhya province alone. Likewise, only 167 out of 2,000 complaints filed in West Nawalparasi have been settled as of yet. The plight of victims of loan sharks have yet to be addressed, as the Chief District Officers have not prioritized the issue. The government had formed the commission on 3rd of April. The Kathmandu metropolis has intensified monitoring after a fatal and contagious canine distemper disease has been reported among the stray dogs of Kathmandu. According to the Department of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry of the Kathmandu metropolis, monitoring has been intensified as the fatal disease caused by canine distemper virus has been reported in stray dogs of Kathmandu. The disease is seen in dogs that have not been vaccinated against distemper, and it attacks the respiratory, gastrointestinal and nervous systems of the dogs, ultimately leading to their death. The KMC has said that the disease has been seen in the stray dogs of 5 locations inside the valley. Distemper can spread from one dog to up to 100 others. Dogs often become infected with distemper through airborne exposure to the virus from an infected dog. This may occur through sneezing, coughing or barking. The virus also can be transmitted through shared food and water bowls. Veterinarians have said that the disease could already have spread in Lalitpur and Bhaktapur among other places as well. The Central Referral Veterinary Hospital has said that it is the responsibility of the local levels to monitor the infection in animals. According to the KMC, there are around 20,000 stray dogs inside the KMC. Nepali Congress has made preparations to defer its Mahasamiti or the main committee meeting yet again. Congress leaders have begun saying that the party president, Sherbhadra Deua, has made arrangements to postpone the Mahasamiti meeting from previously set Nepali month of Push to Fagun. It has been understood that Deua has reached the mindset of deferring the Mahasamiti meeting, which is also seen as the party's policy convention after possibilities of severe criticisms of the party leadership and the government. Identifying the upcoming election of the National Assembly as the reason, Deua is known to be making preparations to delay the meeting previously set for January 1 to 4. Meanwhile, the group close to Shekhar Koirala has increased pressure on holding the meeting on the previously set date. Leaders of the group have demanded discussions into the flaws in operation of the government and dissatisfaction inside the party at the meeting. Meanwhile, the leadership side has suggested that the meeting should be postponed as it is too cold during early January. Representatives are yet to be selected from 28 electoral constituencies for their participation at the meeting. Sources have said that party president Deua is aware about policy proposals against electoral alliance and criticisms of the government at the meeting, which has already been postponed twice. Driving license has not been printed for the past 5 months. 2 months ago, the federal government had claimed of addressing the printing issues within 1 month. However, despite the lapse of 3 months, the problem has remained intact. The number of individuals applying for driving license has reached 1.5 million. However, there is no certainty regarding the printing process. Saying printing of the license is the jurisdiction of the province, the federal government has been ignoring the issue. However, the province governments have said that they cannot print and distribute the driving license anytime soon. This uncertainty is likely to further complicate the situation. In our Public Voice segment, we have asked in several provinces what should be done to ease the distribution of licenses. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
ट्रायल दिने संख्या एउटा छ भनेपछि यदि हामीले 4 वटा 5 वटा बनाउन सकियो भने त्यहाँबाट पब्लिकलाई धेरै सजिलो हुन्छ।
फुल्ली नै डिजिटल सिस्टम भयो भने चाहिँ हामीलाई लाइन पनि धेरै बस्नु पर्दैन नि त।
कुपन सिस्टम बनाएर गरिदियो भने केही सजिलो होला।
धेरैवटा ट्रायल सेन्टरहरुको प्रयोग गरेर अनलाइनबाट धेरै जसो कामहरु सम्पन्न गरेर चाहिँ पालो दिएर चाहिँ गर्न सकिन्छ।
लाइसेन्स निकाल्नको लागि फर्म भर्नेदेखि लिएर रिजल्ट आउने बेलासम्म एकदमै सजिलो हुन पर्यो।
एउटै टेबलबाट काम हुने हिसाबले त्यो काम गर्नु पर्यो।
लिखित र ट्रायल परीक्षा छिटो बनाउने व्यवस्था गर्नुपर्छ।
एक्जाम छिटो गर्नु पर्यो। एकदम ढिलो एक्जाम भइराछ अनि त्यो एक्जामको रिजल्ट पनि छिटो प्रकाशन गर्नु पर्यो।
लाइसेन्स प्रदान गर्ने भनेर चाहिँ त्यो कार्यालयहरुमा चाहिँ सरकारले चाहिँ सब सजिलै रूपमा लाइसेन्स छाप्ने मेसिनहरु उपलब्ध गराउने
काम गर्ने शैली र नीति निर्माणमा ध्यान दिनु पर्यो।
फर्स्ट अफ अल त टेम्पोररी लाइसेन्सहरु प्रदान गर्ने।
कर्मचारीहरुको पदपूर्ति गर्नु पर्यो।
24 घण्टा फर्म भर्न पर्नेको व्यवस्था मिलाउनु पर्छ।
सरकारले चाहिँ टाइममा चाहिँ स्टाफहरुलाई ट्रेनिङ दिनु पर्यो जस्तै चाहिँ हल्का उनीहरुलाई आइडिया मिलोस् कि कसरी के गर्ने भनेर।
लाइसेन्स लिने जुन प्रक्रिया छ नि त्यो सहज हुनु पर्यो।
यातायातबाट बिचौलिया हटाउनु पर्यो।
Welcome back. It is now time for the sports news.
Sports news.
Jhapa FC saw off Butwal Lumini FC 1-0 to secure their first win at the ongoing Nepal Super League. The match played at the Dashrath Stadium in Tripurashar was competitive from the very beginning. Jhapa captain Anjan Besta, who had missed the 2 previous matches, was electric for his side. Canilas Sanchez scored the solitary goal of the match in the 39th minute as he converted an assist served in by Anjan. Jhapa had several chances in the second half as well, but a brilliant performance from Butwal custodian Mahmood saw Jhapa fail to convert their opportunities. Having lost their first match against Ilam, Jhapa had then played 3 draws. With a win today, they have 6 points from 5 matches and are placed 6th in the standings. Meanwhile, Butwal missed their chance to go atop the table. They are placed 5th with 7 points. Leaders Lalitpur City FC have 9 points from 5 matches. Sporting Ilam take on Birganj in the match slated for tomorrow. That is all for the moment. Up next is the news in Nepali. Thank you for staying with us. Goodbye for now.